What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Popular Review, The Dynasty Corner. We're joined here today by some dogs, some kids, Kilbo Jones, Joe, and Time to Shine. And all of us welcome you here to The Dynasty Corner for Week 4 predictions of the NFL. Week 3 of the books, and ladies and gentlemen, we only have 2 more undefeated teams. I know some people are probably thinking I'm so perfect saying that. I'm not. I'm just mentioning the fact we only have 2 more undefeated teams. Some stupid team from California and the Philadelphia Eagles. Express your disapproval. Phil handled it. Express your disapproval. That dog is louder than me. I have a microphone in front of my face. That's what it goes. All right. Let's get right into it because we only got a half hour. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Green Bay Packers. Actually, I'm out of order. We're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. We'll start with the man that's walking in the hallway. We're going to start with Joel down here this time. Joel, let's start with you. Your predictions when it comes to this game between the Green Bay Packers and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I went ahead and picked the LA Raiders. So they was at home, number one, and Green Bay, they got some injuries, and Jordan Love, he's going through some growing pains. He looks pretty good, but we'll go with Jimmy Garoppolo and his experience, and Devontae Adams. He's been highly competitive, and actually, I don't think that they also got Josh Jacobs, of course. I don't think the Raiders are like that bad. It's just, of course, Garoppolo's with his dumb mistakes. So I'm not a fan of Garoppolo, but I think he's going to do better than Jordan Love, and that'll push him over the edge. So I got the Raiders in a close game.
Right quick, Joe. Jimmy is actually out on concussion. He's not going to be playing. They're playing their backup, who's a rookie. I can't remember his name right now.
Dang, I forgot too. A rookie 5th round pick, but I forgot his name.
Yep. But
I already picked him, so I got to stick with him.
No, I picked the Raiders regardless also. So, it's also same thing. Green Bay has a lot of issues going on. They got a lot of injuries. Aaron Jones is still not back. Who are they really throwing the ball to? Christian Watson ain't really getting it done over there. Jordan Love is playing pretty good, but I don't think he has enough help back there in order to come up with the victory versus the Vegas Raiders, who, they came up pretty close and winning some games and everything. And like Joel was saying, Jimmy Garoppolo has really been playing pretty poor up to this point now. So I'm interested to see how they do with this new guy in the backfield and everything, and see if he can help them eclipse this losing streak that they got going on. So, Raiders.
I'm going to go with the Packers. The rookie quarterback. I think the Green Bay's defense is going to feast on them. And Jordan Love has been playing well. And the receivers, they're all young. You got Dobbs, Watson, and the other rookie guy. So they got a very young team building up. I think they squeaked this one by.
All solid picks there, but I'm going to tell you why the Green Bay Packers are going to win. It's all about momentum. It's all about the fact that they actually have been showing that they are capable of winning, even though they lose, but they're capable of winning, whereas the Las Vegas Raiders haven't shown. And, I definitely agree with Time to Shine Ed right there. He was making a lot of sense. Ed with two Ds. A very injured team, but I think they have what it takes to pick up the victory here, and I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers all the way. Next game we're going to talk about is I'm not going to talk about the next game real quick. We're going to talk about the New York Jets coming off a crushing defeat on Monday against the Denver Broncos, and the Denver Broncos was only picked by our man Kilmo Charles down there, while Time to Shine Ed, Joel, and myself picked the New York Jets. For the Miami Dolphins coming off a heartbreaking loss last week. But speaking of heartbreaking losses, let's talk about the New York Giants, who seem to like having heartbreaking losses, and we expect another one happening this coming Sunday as we all pick the Miami Dolphins against the New York to beat the New York Giants. And the Atlanta Falcons are picked by Joel and myself to defeat the Houston Texans. I know one Dwayne from the Dynasty is very upset at you two for picking that. Next game we'll talk about a fan favorite, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Los Angeles Rams. I'll start off. I don't know why, but I'm going to start off by talking about how the Eagles are going to remain undefeated this coming Sunday when they defeat the Los Angeles Rams. Los Angeles Rams are a very inconsistent team. And here's something, you'll never expect me to say this, but once again, I'm unbiased. I believe the Los Angeles Rams have all the capabilities in the world to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles. I just don't see it happening this Sunday. I think the Philadelphia Eagles need something to prove. I think this is because they haven't been looking as strong and dominant as they should. They came within a hair to losing to that man up there in the corner's team this past Sunday. Made no sense. Do you hear me? No sense was made. But
it makes sense. The Eagles play to their level of competition.
Okay, well, we don't need to. I'm sorry. They don't need to do that, and they don't need to do that against the Los Angeles Rams. My pick is the Los Angeles Rams.
To beat the Eagles?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
You heard it here first, folks.
The Eagles to beat the Los Angeles Rams.
He said for the first time in history. What to say?
I know, right? For the first time.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Eagles. I know this is a game the Rams could win. Maybe I suspect though that this will be the game where the Eagles are finally going to get back on track. They haven't really looked smooth all year, even though they're 4-0. They just haven't looked quite the same. The secondary is, Darius Slade, he's okay with the rest of their DBs, mediocre. Great D line, but if the Rams, Matthew Stafford can get it out of his hands quickly to that Puka Nacua guy and some of the other receivers and backs, the Rams might be able to do some things, but ultimately the Eagles and their talent near AJ Brown, who went off against my team last week, and the rookie Forbes, who disappointed me. They can repeat that again, and they're going to come out on top. Unfortunately.
So for me, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Eagles, even though I will point out that the Rams do have a very good chance of upsetting the Eagles. Like Joel just said, Puka Nacua. You also got Van Jefferson back there. Matt Stafford's been doing his thing. They just got to blend it all together and start getting some W's, finishing off in the red zone, stop doing these 3 and outs. But I think they should get themselves a very good opportunity, put themselves in a good position in order for them to come up with a victory this week. But that's still up in the air. So for me personally, I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts, Brown, what's his name? What's your boy's name? I'm drawing a blank. No. The web. Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith. What am I doing? Then you also got Swift back there. I do agree with Joe, however, about the DBs. Bradbury can be suspect sometimes, but I don't know if they're really gonna be able to really burn that secondary in order to make it actually useful. So I don't know. We're gonna go with the Eagles. I know this take wasn't all that good for me, but
It wasn't. All you had to do was say the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win because they're the best team in the NFC. That's all you had to say. Best team in the NFC East, best team in the NFC. You went to a whole little wall, say absolutely nothing. Well, we already knew. We
just got finished talking about the Eagles playing to their competition. They made the Commanders look pretty decent, and that could have been,
not for nothing.
A shell shocker of a game.
Not that bad. The Washington.
Yes, they're not that bad, but you expect with the roster that the Eagles have to be head and shoulders above what the Commanders can produce.
They're the NFC East, so the NFC East always play. Even the Arizona Cardinals, who have been in the NFC East in 2 decades, they always play according to their rivalry, right? The Washington Commanders are arguably the 3rd best team in the NFC East, and they're actually still better than a lot of teams that I'll say in the NFC South. So, I mean, you have to pay attention to this, okay? That's the only reason why they almost defeated the Philadelphia Eagles. And for this man here to sit here and go through all that crap, why don't you just admit you're a hater? Right?
So, first of all, you guys would have lost the game had they actually ruled that last freaking pass an actual incompletion, because that's what it was. The ball touched the freaking ground. Okay, y'all got lucky just before the half and everything, and that's okay. That's okay, because if y'all wouldn't have gotten that, y'all weren't gonna make up the deficit that y'all were gonna be in going into the second half and everything. And with the way Sam Howell was playing, along with Terry McLaurin and Brian Robinson, Robinson was running like a demon. All right, so I don't know what you're talking about. Y'all barely scraped away with this win.
Yeah, and on one of y'all brotherly, one of y'all little brotherly love pushes or whatever they call it, push smush, if they call it. On one of those, the freaking half the old line jumped before the ball was even snapped, and they ain't even freaking call it.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I also don't know why y'all saying
of course you don't,
because I'm not a Philadelphia Eagle. I'm unbiased reporter.
You want to be though.
Yeah, y'all. I ain't gonna be the whole officiating.
What's your take on this? Are you gonna back Mr. Executive Consultant, or are you
No, I'm not gonna back Mr. Executive Consultant because he just said he is not a Philadelphia Eagle fan or what's up. He is unbiased in his rhetoric.
Right.
Is Cooper Kupp playing in this game?
No.
Is he? He's still not.
Not yet. I haven't seen the report.
So this would have been the game for him to come back, because that would have made the Eagles play up to the level that they're capable of. But with Tutu Atwell, Puka Nacua running 1s and 2, and that Van Jefferson sometimes running on the field, the Eagles played down to their competition and just squeaked this one by as well. So I'm going with the Eagles, unfortunately.
Okay, all right. Well, at least everybody picked the right team to win. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got some more games to talk about. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular Review, and some biased people, I understand. However,
you know how to chat? The crowd says, whoop that trick. And let's do it for the lovely people. So why don't you go whoop that trick? You do the crowd. I will be Booker T.
Whoop that trick.
Uh-huh.
Whoop that trick.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I can't keep going.
Whoop that trick. Yeah. Whoop that trick. Stop him. Whoop that trick. Uh-huh. Whoop that trick. Ooh. Absolutely. I loved all of it. Booker T needs to be featured on some. I know he did that track with Bad Bunny.
What? Yeah. I like it. Oh, yeah, man.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, for you wrestling fans, NXT, immediately after NXT, every single Tuesday with Bad Guy Jack and the Wrestling Dog. Today, we're talking Week 4 football, and we just talked about Eagles and Rams real quickly. Let's talk about how everybody picked the Detroit Lions to defeat the Carolina Panthers. Sorry, Phil. That includes your team. And includes you. Arizona Cardinals, myself and Phil, decides that they're going to beat the Cincinnati Bengals, which Joel and Eddie see the win with the Cincinnati Bengals. Next thing we're going to talk about is another person's biased team, and that will be the Washington Commanders. And this time we're going to start off with Eddie. Who do you see picking up this victory between Washington and Chicago?
I would like to give the opportunity to say that it would be the Bears Yeah, considering that Justin Fields this week that just passed actually played like an actual NFL quarterback, and he put his team in a pretty good position in order to win the game. Unfortunately, they came up short at the end of the game. But however, that Commanders defense, along with the way that I seen Sam Howell play up against the Philadelphia Eagles and that defense, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Commanders. I don't think that the Bears are really going to be able to contain Scary Terry. You know, Brian Robertson is still out there running like he ain't gotten a deal yet. I don't know if he actually got his deal made yet. But
Was
then
he a
you have
rookie last year?
Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's on a rookie deal, so he's not gonna get paid just yet.
he got shot. It was like 2 years ago. It wasn't last year.
That was last year.
Was it last year that he got shot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
back after 4 weeks.
it's not unheard of to get somebody done in 2 years. So
Yeah, but a running back.
look, might as well. Cheaper by the cheaper the sooner, you know. but yeah. So Josh Dotson and everybody else is going to do their thing. I believe that the Washington Commanders will come up on top of this.
By the way, that's Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson. Yeah, Jahan Dotson. I don't know why I always confuse his name, man.
I do it myself, but I'm a fan of the team.
You wanted to say Johan.
Back and forth.
So who we gonna put that loss on with Chicago over Denver? Is that Field screwing up the 4th and 1, or the coach for calling that idiotic play resulted in the fumble?
I would probably put it on the coach for real. The coach should have put his quarterback and his team in a better position in order for them to come up with a victory. But you know, not every coach has that type of mentality.
I agree. It's gonna be coaching that makes Chicago lose this game against Commanders as well. I think Commanders have a better defense than Denver. I think Miami's still scoring points on Denver somehow, but somehow Chicago still manages to lose to them, which is atrocious. I mean, I'm glad their offense got off the ground and actually looked like an NFL offense, but Commanders defense gonna strap that down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are two undefeated teams in the NFL. I said this earlier. The Philadelphia Eagles and San Francisco 49ers. There are two unwinnable teams in the NFL. One is actually the Chicago Bears. The other one is, do you know, Phil?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. The other one, the Carolina Panthers. Now, that being said, I think a team is going to lose this week, and I think a team is going to win this week. And I think the team that's going to win this week is not the Carolina Panthers, but the Chicago Bears. That's my upset pick, ladies and gentlemen. I predict that the Chicago Bears are going to upset in a very close game. Upset the Washington Commanders, who are going to be too upset, too cocky going into this game, and give up that sneaky W to the Chicago Bears. My pick is the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I think you'd be stupid for being cocky coming off a loss, though.
So I haven't even picked on this program yet my own team, the Washington Commanders, but this is the perfect time to make that decision. Justin Fields, he's regressed. Another bad Ohio State quarterback, although C.J. Stroud, he's been playing well. But it looks like Justin Fields is headed down the same.
Give him a year or two. He'll remember who he is.
Yeah. Oh, C.J. Stroud looks pretty good, but Fields is not. He did look good, pretty good this past weekend against the Denver Broncos, but I mean, the defense is horrible. If those bleed, so you almost gotta put an asterisk on any type of performance against the Broncos this year. The Broncos defensively, they basically quit. So
I mean, you can go to Eli Manning and put him in that backfield, and he'll look like he's in his prime. I mean, they're just complete garbage. All right, Denver is garbage.
Yeah, I'm the Yeah, as far as the Commanders defensively, we have not looked. Oh, I'm sorry, not we. The Commanders have not looked that good this year on defense. The secondary outside of Cam Curl and what's his name, Kendall Fuller. He's they've been playing pretty good, but the rest of the secondary, particularly the rookie Forbes, they've been getting beat pretty badly. So that might be something to watch. As far as what's his name, the kid from Maryland who played for the Panthers,
The DJ Moore.
yeah, DJ Moore against Forbes. That might be an interesting matchup to keep an eye on. But ultimately, I think the Washington D-line, which was basically invisible this past weekend, unfortunately against the Eagles, they did nothing.
I mean, Eagles do have one of the best O lines in the game right now. Unfortunately,
easily a top.
it's
You
you kind of let that pass if you don't get any sacks against them. I mean, there's no weakness on that line.
To me,
Technically, there's no weakness on Washington's defensive line, but hey,
to me, they always touting Washington D-line and all these first-round picks, blah, blah, blah. To me, they need to be okay. They face the best O-line. Well, if they want to be the best D-line, then they got to step up and make it happen, which they did not do this past weekend. So I think they will pick it up this weekend. I mean, not this weekend, but this Thursday. Coming off the short week, the Chicago Bears O-line sucks. Their whole offense sucks. So I got to go with the Commanders here.
So I mean, for me, I agree. Like the D line does have to hit home, but that's also saying that the DBs also have to do their job and contain. Give the D line a little bit more time. Make the quarterback hold the ball a little bit more. Maybe you'll get something going there. Chase Young has been getting a couple sacks. I think he had 1 or 2 sacks this last game and everything. But I think that the Commanders should pull that off, though. As Chicago doesn't really have any receivers outside of DJ Moore, maybe Cole Kmet. I think that's his name, Kmet. Their tight end.
yep.
But who's even their running back? Like they don't even really have a running back going on right now. So there's a lot of holes.
Dante Foreman
versus
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
So yeah, that's our take. I mean, everybody seems to be agreeing. We're all going with Washington Commanders.
False. I went with the Chicago Bears. We all did go with the
Tennessee Titans. We all went with the Commanders.
Except for me. We all went with the Tennessee Titans to defeat the Indianapolis Colts, and the New Orleans Saints was picked by yours truly in another upset pick. It's not really that much of an upset. I really think they have the tools to beat the New England Patriots this coming Sunday. So
Saints got the defense for it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Winston is going to do that?
I think it's a strong possibility that they'll take care of it. I think Bill Belichick's on his way out. Yep.
Yeah, he look after that. We'll talk about it a little bit later.
Baltimore Ravens facing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Match of the AFC North. I'll go first on this one. Don't ask me why. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers to score this victory to get back where they need to be in top of the AFC North after taking that heartbreaking loss last week. And the Baltimore Ravens does not have the offense, in my opinion, to stop them. So Pittsburgh Steelers to pick up the W. Let's go ahead and go to this man right here.
Yeah, so for the first week, I'm going to go ahead and shock the folks, and I'm going to go ahead and pick the Pittsburgh Steelers. Similar to my my Giants pick on Monday, which ended up going horribly last night.
I don't want to hear stuff like that. I don't need to hear that, okay?
Another game where it really doesn't make any sense. The Steelers have no reason to win. Offense, defense, special teams, they stink right now. Kenny Pickett, complete.
Isn't he injured?
I don't even know. I don't even care. He's basically a net zero right now. Anyway, Najee Harris on my fantasy team, a complete joke. a complete fraud.
That's the game he turns around, man. That's the game he turns around.
They don't even give him the ball. I mean, so I don't even really want to attack Najee Harris. Because I mean, what does he get? Like 12 carries a game. I mean, they don't give him the ball. When he does, the O-line stinks.
That sounds like
basically Mike Tomlin in this game. That's the only reason why I think they're gonna win. Because really, the Baltimore Ravens offense, defense, special teams are just playing better. I just think Mike Tomlin. I just don't see Mike Tomlin losing this many games this early in the season. That's the only reason.
Well, for me, it is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Ravens. Lamar Jackson and company are still doing their thing. You got Zay Flowers. You got Mark Andrews back, and he's balling. I think this last week he had about 2 touchdowns or something like that. Getting back on that horse and everything. I don't think ABJ is going to be playing. OBJ, if I'm not mistaken, he's still injured and everything. But they definitely still have enough firepower in that offense in order to come up with this victory. Mainly in part because I don't see Pittsburgh really containing Lamar Jackson like he needs to be contained. Everybody knows that if you don't put a QB spy or you don't keep him contained, that boy can easily run for 100 yards, just like Justin Fields, the running back for his team. So, Baltimore Ravens for me, fellas.
I think TJ Watt may get out of this with like 3 or 4 sacks because he's going to play it smart and not fully commit when he gets in the back. He's going to try to sit on Lamar to keep some of that running in check. That being said, the rest of that defense doesn't have enough what it takes to stop Rashad Bateman, Devin Duvernay, Mark Andrews, and Lamar Jackson. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens as well. But TJ Watt looks good in this game.
Music to my ears. Phil, man, we're on to something right there, brother. We're on to something. We're not gonna sit over here and stroke our producer's back and everything. Oh, Pittsburgh.
The producer has no idea what you're talking about. He is an unbiased reporter. There, I said it. Now, what else you gonna say, Chris?
However, Bronson Reed, in my opinion, was never even over on NXT.
Nah, man, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
They put a strap on him and everything, man.
Because they were trying to force it. You know, people do it all the time. Look at AEW. People force things. It doesn't need to be forced. Bronson Reed is not it. There was no campaign saying thank you, Bronson. There was no campaign saying why Bronson, why.
It's just that it's about a meat match, bro. Like, it's about him jumping off the top rope, looking like Earthquake.
He doesn't even jump off the top rope. Why do the people keep saying that? That shit bothers me. He doesn't jump. He falls. He falls off the top rope. Look at him. Yes, look at his flash. Hold on.
Let him fall. It's effective. That shit is scary when you're looking at it on TV. It's like, yo, I mean,
I would be scared if I saw him.
I was like, damn.
I don't even care if he's falling. I would still be frightened. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now you're gonna take it extra. Now, see.
Yeah, you're damn right. This is what he does. This is what he does.
That's funny. Look, his knees.
They're like 4. That's not a jump. That is not a jump. That is literally a fall. That is what he does
with his knee.
I think that was one bad example, though.
No, he does that every week. I paid attention. Join us every single Saturday, 11 o'clock a.m. as we talk about Raw SmackDown. The reason how come I play that clip is because when you see the man fall, he's making a bad decision. Speaking of bad decisions, before the commercial break, Eddie made a bad decision by going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I don't know why he's making such bad decisions and poor decisions, but he sure as hell did. In the meantime, let's go ahead and talk about, we're not going to talk about, we're briefly going to talk about the Buffalo Bills as myself picked the Jacksonville Jaguars. And yet another upset that I got that y'all not going to get as y'all picked the Buffalo Bills, Joe, Eddie, as well as Phil. Jacksonville Jaguars on the way. Duval, and we all picked the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning cheating world heavyweight champions of football, to defeat the Minnesota Vikings. Last game we're going to talk about is a team that hopefully no one's biased on, and that's the Dallas Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers. Can't wait to talk about my opinion, but we'll start around this time with Eddie, who made a bad decision the last game we went in depth about. Eddie, please tell me you're going to make some sense in this one.
I always make sense off of everything. I'm unbiased. Just right here speaking my mind. Facts.
Well, why you picked the Dallas Cowboys then?
So for this game, for me, by the way, very nice victory for the Dallas Cowboys to get back on track after losing that horrible game against Arizona, which they had no business losing. Unfortunately, the loss of Trayvon Diggs took a toll on them. So it is what it is. They got back on track against Patriots, Bill Belichick, handing them the worst loss. But anyways, let's get right down to it. So for me on this game, I'm going to have to go with the Niners. The Niners are the team to beat in the NFL right now. They're just completely stacked at all levels. I mean, secondary, front seven, wide receiver, tight end, running back, quarterback is probably the best thing you can point at and be like, well, it's still a little suspect, it's still a little new. But truth be told, Brock Purdy's still been doing this freaking thing. I mean, he got like 9 or 10 victories back to back and everything. He hasn't lost yet. So we cannot go against the current. Even though I believe that this is going to be a very close game, Michael Parsons and everybody is going to come out swinging. They have something to prove here. All right. If the Cowboys can pull this upset, I think that it'll silence a lot of the critics, except for somebody we already know. But anyways, yeah. So the 49ers is going to win. It's going to be a close game. Probably a low-scoring game. I'd say somewhere about maybe, 17-14, somewhere around there.
I see Dallas is going to play up to that competition here. Like how Eddie said, it's going to be a low-scoring game. But until the juggernaut gets knocked down, you're going to keep on going. So I'm going with the 49ers on this one as well. There's just too much on offense and defense for any team to really handle right now, except for maybe the Eagles.
Whoa.
Maybe.
Whoa.
Who else you got?
On the big screen. Hold on. Put me back on the big screen right quick.
Who else you got?
The Eagles are the only ones that are going to give them some go.
On paper.
No, even on paper. Come on paper. So truth be told, this is all going to be a key on the matchups. What are the matchups? Who you're going to put on who? Who's going to be playing against who? All right. In my opinion, if I was the Cowboys coordinator or something like that, I would definitely put Gilmore on Brandon Ayuk, because we already know
you
that
are going to make Stephen Gilmore get torched if you put him alone against Ayuk.
What? Are you crazy?
No.
Crazy. You're crazy. That's what's going on. You're crazy. It's okay. You didn't take your meds. Anyway. But yeah, you put Gilmore on
Gilmore and Ayuk. So who's going to handle Debo?
Your boy.
Micah?
What's his name?
Micah Van Der Esch?
No, boy, those are DBs, man. Come on, man.
Okay, and Debo's going to handle most of his work in the middle.
That's fine.
I don't personally care who handles who work in this game. I really don't care. What I do care about is this man's opinion on the Cowboys 49ers waiting so patiently to the side there. Who do you think is going to
I just keep my mouth shut. This is going to be the 49ers. Sorry, Chris, but they're the best team in the league. As far as offense, defense, special teams, I mean, it seems like they just can't make a mistake. Brock Purdy, still not truly a believer, but when it comes to what he's doing, he's performing week after week. He's consistent. He's making all the throws he's supposed to. He's doing it. He's in the best scenario that a player can be in. So, I mean, he's definitely getting a push, so to speak. I think if you throw him on, if you threw him on Houston, I don't think he'll be doing what CJ Stroud is doing. But the fact of the matter is, he's on 49ers. He's on an extremely talented team, and he's performing. Christian McCaffrey, I think he's the true MVP right now after Tua shit the bed last week. Of course, Christian McCaffrey is not going to win the MVP because of the whole quarterback bias, but he deserves it. I think he was the MVP for the first quarter of the season. Deebo Samuel, he's one guy seems like can't tackle him. It's got to be at least two, maybe even three. He's a tackle break machine, even though he's not even that big. But he's super strong. Trent Williams is a beast. Shut down Michael Parsons when Michael Parsons was on his side this past January. So we'll see maybe if Michael Parsons actually improved and could actually get past Trent Williams if he's on his side this week. My guess is they probably just going to throw him on the other side the whole game instead of even having him go against Williams at all. But it doesn't matter anyway. Joey Bosa is equally, if not better, than Michael Parsons. Joey Bosa at times seems unblockable. Cowboys, I can't lie, they're pretty damn good. And if I was Eddie, I'd probably be biased and pick my own team. But 49ers are doing it up this year. And by the way, what was up with Dak, Eddie, and all those weird Tourette sounds he was making this past weekend? You heard that?
Yeah, he's trying to. He's just,
What was that about?
I don't know what that one was about, but I know he's trying to take more control of what's going on the field and do a lot of kills and rearrange the play. If he doesn't like what he sees, Mike McCarthy has given him the full autonomy to go ahead and make a change and go with the play that he believes is best. Which we all know that quarterbacks sound retarded when they're doing that kind of stuff, when they're calling audibles and everything. But truth be told, I mean, I agree. The Niners are the team to beat, even though they have not really played anybody that is worth mentioning.
You can only play the people that's put in front of you.
Hey, that's the same thing for the Cowboys. That's the same thing for the Eagles. And
you're about to go into another rant, which will be the third time you've talked about a rant during this damn game. Stop being so biased. They are not the team to beat. I don't understand why people will say they're the team to beat. Now, I'll give y'all this credit. San Francisco 49ers are without a doubt the third best team in the league. Third best team in the league.
The best team in the league right now.
Third best team in the league. Third best team in the league. Actually, realistically, they're the fourth best team in the league because your number one team should always be the world champions, which unfortunately is the Kansas City Chiefs. Your secondary team will be the Philadelphia Eagles.
You said
wait. So you're going to put the Chiefs at the top
just because
when they lost to Detroit to begin the season?
Realistically speaking, they are still the team to beat. They are the champions. That's who you're supposed to be.
They're not. They're the champions of last year.
That carries on to this year. What do you mean?
That doesn't.
This one Bills
okay.
For the fourth time, because we're over time. For the fourth time this episode, for the fourth time this week, I'm going against the grain. I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys to defeat the San Francisco 49ers coming up. That is my pick. That is who I believe is going to win. I think the 49ers are a phenomenal team, but I see the Dallas Cowboys going out there making a statement after an embarrassing loss they had the week prior. They need to have a solid victory. The San Francisco 49ers is just a team to get it done against. That's why the Cowboys are going to win. That is my pick. And that is why I'm going to win this week. That's why I'm going to win this week.
Because you didn't win last week, right?
Who won last week?
I don't know who won last week.
Oh, so we're not going to have the tally until you comfortably won. Okay, we got it. We got it, sir.
Let's have the tally. Last week, Phil was 10-6 for a season record of 19-13 since we started this. Eddie was 13-3 last week with a season record of 18-14 since we started this. Joe was, I'm sorry, that's Phil.
Really?
Joe was 13-3 last week with a season record of 20-12 since we started this. And number one place was excellence with 13-3, with a season record of 21-11 total, and is going to carry on this week. When I get this, because I already got 4 victories, four W's that y'all didn't pick. So I'm already going to win this week. That's already mine. That's
I think
it.
we need a recount.
You can recount it. It's in the chat. You can recount it all you want. It's in the chat.
We're gonna recount
right?
like
But if you remember when we used to do this as a group a couple years ago, I won this like 2 years in a row. I am that good at my predictions. I don't sit there and discuss names and what I feel like they're going to do. I look at the odds. I look at the weather. I look at the injuries. I look at the coach. That's how you pick a game. And that's why I'm number one. And that's
Chris,
why.
In the years that we've done this, have you ever picked against Pittsburgh or Philadelphia?
Yes, I have.
When?
So
I remember there was one game.
Okay. Oh yeah, 1 week, 1 year. Okay, I got you.
No. I remember one game. I think it was 2 years ago. It might have been last year when Pittsburgh and Philly faced each other, and I had to go against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And there was another year that happened. I had to go against the Philadelphia Eagles. Anyway, the bottom line is this is it right here. This is it. Week 4 in the books. Next week we're going to talk about week 5. I'm looking forward to week 4. Can't wait to talk about it. Can't wait to watch it. And can't wait to join these 3 gentlemen. Kilmo, Charles, Joe, time to shine. Ed, do y'all have anything else left to say?
Go Niners.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Niners. Let's go.
All right. We out of here then. Thanks so much for watching this. Hey, stick around for Unpopular Review Entertainment. We're reviewing Saw 3D. For these 3 gentlemen, I'm the exec consultant. We will see you right here next time on Unpopular Review. Good night, everybody.